John Kerry, you always been a fraud, and you gonna always be a fraud. Welcome back to Hypno 313. I'm Mr. JoyRoad, and of course we're gonna be talking about that fraud, John Kelly. So I never liked John Kelly because of back in the 1970s, I believe, when he was in the Vietnam War. He went on TV, I forgot what show he was on, but he went on some show and lied and said that he had like 8 or 9 medals, and he threw them all away to protest the Vietnam War. Come on now. Every military person knows that medals are sacred, no matter if you're striking, whatever. They're not gonna ever throw their medals away. That's the dumbest protest ever, because you're literally throwing away your achievements to protest a war. That doesn't make sense. You're only just taking away stuff that you did. So that didn't make sense. So anyways, my man's John Kelly, he broke the Logan Act, which implies that you can't share any secrets with any other country of any weaponized or any attacks or anything missionary, like anything that has anything done with military weapons or attacks in any act of war or anything like that, or any sneak attacks, anything in general like that is a part of the Logan Act. You can't talk to other countries about other countries or us. So that's basically treason. That's straight up treason, because that's you're breaking the law. So, and that's a major law. So John Kelly, man, he told an Iranian journalist some information he should have, and they got it on audio. So let's read for what I got right here. So I have this website, the Washington Post. Says Republicans have seized a recent claim that former Secretary of State John Kerry had told Iranian Foreign Minister Zavid Zarif about Israeli strikes on Iranian interests inside Syria. Zarif made the allegation in the leaked audio, a claim which, if true, would undermine the U.S. relationship with Israel. Though Kerry has flatly denied that such conversation took place, a group of Republican senators have asked the president to investigate the allegations. A handful of congressional Republicans are calling for Kerry's what's that word? Organization. I said organization. Resign. They're calling for him to resign. They're calling for him to resign from his current position on the National Security Council if allegations are confirmed. Here, what we know to be the facts. On Sunday, London-based news channel Iran International published an article detailing audio of March interview between Zarif and Iranian journalist C. Laylis, apparently scheduled for release in August. Once the administration leaves office, Laylis is considered sympathetic to Iran's current president and was an avid advisor to Iran's former president Mohammad Khatami, a reformist. So I was wrong. He didn't say it to a journalist. He said it to this guy Zarif, which is a foreign minister. So the foreign minister told a journalist after John Kerry told the minister. So it has, according to the news article by Iran International, Zarif claimed it was a former U.S. Secretary John Kerry who told me Israel had launched more than 200 attacks on Iranian forces in Syria. This is quoted. That was quoted. It was former U.S. Secretary John Kerry who told me Israel had launched more than 200 attacks on Iranian forces in Syria. Iran internationally specifically noted this claim was not very credible. Okay, so the guy just went to a journalist and lied? That don't make sense. There was a sentence about John Kerry was a part of just one paragraph in a longer article, which includes zero criticism of Iran's elite Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC. That's what it is for short. And the assassination of top general Qasem Soleimani. The claim about Kerry was quickly amplified by several conservative-leaning publications, including Fox News, the New York Post, and the Daily Caller. The authenticity of the tape itself, is not the veracity of Zarif's claim, but whether he even said it. As a whole, not has been officially confirmed, but Iranian foreign minister spokesman did not deny the validity during the week of the news conference. So Kerry tweeted, disputed in allegations in a tweet on Monday. He said, "I can tell you that this story," and this is quoted, "I can tell you that this story and these allegations are equivalently false," he tweeted. Sure, he's going to say that. All he do is lie. I can't trust this man. "This never happened." This is another quote. He tweeted, "This never happened either when I was Secretary of State or since." Lies, boy. I don't trust that man. When asked about the allegations during a press briefing Monday, State Department spokesman Ned Prince said he couldn't speak to the accuracy or authenticity of the audio or its claims, of course, but implied that if such a conversation had occurred, Kerry would likely not have been disclosing secret information. Get out of here. Get out of here. Make that man resign. I would just make the broad point that if you go back and look at the press reporting from the time, this was certainly not secret, Prince said. And government that were involved was speaking to this publicly on record. So did he say it or not? Because you saying even if he did say it that it's not bad. That's not the point. If it's not bad, then John Kelly wouldn't be defending himself saying that I didn't do it. Because if it's not bad, then he would admit that he did it. All governments that were involved were speaking to this publicly on the record, quoted. It said, "This is true." Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin, I don't know how to say his last name, said July 2017 that Israeli airstrikes have suggested Hezbollah-bound convoys in Syria dozens of times. A month later, Israeli Air Force Chief Major General Amir Eshel confirmed that Israel had attacked convoys bringing arms to Hezbollah several times over the past 5 years. In 2018, Israeli Intelligence Minister Israel Katz said that in the last 2 years, Israel has taken military action more than 200 times within Syria itself. When asked about the audio on Tuesday, currently Secretary of State Anthony Blinken told CNN Jake Tapper that it is utter nonsense. "These were the things that all the reporters pressed at this time," Blinken said. That's weird. So, John Kelly is a fraud. He don't know what to do about this information getting leaked. And he's just going to keep trying to defend himself when he should really just resign because he got caught up in saying some stuff he wasn't supposed to say. And committing treason. So, Rather, if you feel like this information was general or not, it's not your place to display this information. Not your place at all. So whatever you thought you were benefiting from telling this minister, it really backfired on you. So I don't know where you thought you was going with this, but you going down a deep, deep hole, brother man. And the Republicans is on your ass, Mr. Postman. So you better get to it. I highly advise you to start writing that that resignment letter. Like that you need to, bro. So, Mr. Joy Road, guys, that's all I gotta say about that fraud. Saying peace and love.